Hey everybody, it's Mindy Cummins, and I'm going to give you some tips on increasing motivation to read at home. You might wonder why we worry so much about increasing motivation, and it's as easy as thinking about practice. Anytime you practice something, you get better, unless, of course, it's something you don't care about, you don't enjoy. You can tell me to practice basketball all day, every day, and I can guarantee you two things. One, I'm not going to get any better at basketball, and two, I'm not going to care if I'm any better at basketball. Okay? Lucky for me, I don't have to be a good basketball player to be able to maneuver through life. And that's not always the same with reading. So it's important to foster that intrinsic motivation, that love for reading, so that it's that cycle that will continue. The more you enjoy doing it, the more you want to do it, and the more you want to get better at it, and it just builds on itself. So, what motivates us? I can think of three things: fun, choices, and help. Those are three important things when you're looking to motivate. If you want to make it fun, think about new environments. Go outside, read on a blanket, a swing, a trampoline, put a big pile of pillows in the corner and make that your reading corner. Kids dig flashlights. So anywhere dark, a tent, a closet, a couch cushion fort with a flashlight. That's fun. Leave the captions on your TV. We always have the captions on, and not just because my husband is apparently losing his hearing, but also because it provides the kids a chance to read and not even realizing they're doing it. Like Frozen. Turn on Frozen, turn on the captions, instant sing-along time, right? You have Anna, Elsa, the whole family jamming and letting it go. Good times, and nobody realizes they're reading. So, captions are good. Read alouds and audiobooks. They're not cheating, they're good things, okay? It helps your kids get exposure to these more complex themes, ideas, vocabulary that they would otherwise be limited because they don't have the capability to read that level yet. So not only does it expose them to these things, but it also just generates that love of the story, love of reading. So read alouds are great, audiobooks are great. When you're doing read alouds, fun, exciting voices, make it enjoyable. Let your kids interrupt you to ask questions. It shows they're engaged. That's fine. Let them move around a little bit if they need to. It's okay. It's not crisscross applesauce reading time. We want it to be fun. Okay? So you can make your own audiobooks, or you can get audiobooks. You can purchase them if you want, or get free ones from wherever. Provide pointers for your kids to read along. Especially if you make your own audiobooks, give them the ugly witch fingers or a wand, a laser pointer, watch your eyes. Those things are fun. So read alouds and audiobooks are great. Another thing that you need to think about is a little thing that I call sacrifice to satisfy. What I mean by that is the book. And we all know what the book is. It's the book that your toddler brings to you over and over and over and over, and we all hate that book. Okay, it's normal to hate that book, but there are so many benefits to reading that same thing over and over again, and one of the benefits is increasing that love of reading, because something about that book has hooked your kid, right? And so you want to run with that. You have to fake it till you make it and sacrifice to satisfy whenever you can. So make sure that you don't feel like you have to finish. If it's not working, if it's not enjoyable, close it. Find something else. That's perfectly okay. Movies about books are good. Find some movies about books. It's always fun to watch the movie. Sometimes they're terrible, sometimes they're not. It's always fun to find out. You can talk about the book, talk about the movie. What did you like? What did you not like? What were the same about the two? What was different? What did you not like that was different? The list goes on. So there are lots of books that you can find that have movies, and you can stream a lot of things on Netflix, even like young kids' picture books on Netflix you can find. That brings me to choice. You need to provide some choices. I love The Secret Garden, but it's not for everyone. It doesn't matter how famous or award-winning that piece of classic literature is. If your kid is not enjoying it, we're defeating the purpose. Okay, leave the forced reading to school if you can, when they have to do it, because when you're home and you're trying to motivate and make it fun, you don't want to force anything. So no, like, reading for an hour, reading till you finish. Let them choose what they like. Make a list of things that they like, hobbies and interests, and find different kinds of literature that might interest them. Let them help you with the list and make choices. There's nonfiction and fiction, of course, but you have fairy tales, biographies, riddles, poems, comic books, magazines, graphic novels, video game guides, things that you might not think are quality literature, but it's great if they love to read it. Encourage it. Encourage that for reading time. If you want them to read for 20 minutes a day and they want to read a Minecraft tips and tricks book, so be it. Let them do that. That's great. So reach out to your teachers and librarians for help finding things like a good series book that might be of interest to your kid, because series are great. They'll buy you some time. They read one book and they love it, and then they're going to go and read the whole series. Don't feel like you're bothering your librarian or your kid's teacher if you ask. It's like, it's what we live for, right? You want us to help you find books that are enjoyable. We'll help you. So reach out if you need help. And that brings me to you helping your reader, especially if you have a struggling reader at home, because anything that is frustrating is not enjoyable. It doesn't matter if you're trying to learn math or change a tire. When you get frustrated, you put up the wall, right? You know what I mean? And it usually doesn't end pretty. So if your kid's reaching out for help, or you see that they're frustrated, let them have, give them some help. Do a lot of your reading together. Read aloud and making audiobooks, taking turns. Maybe you read this page and I'll read that page. We can echo read, which means I'll read it and then you read it. Choral read, we'll read together and see if we can say it at the same time. Use those funny voices. Oh my gosh, kids love funny voices. Old man's voice, robot voice, sleepy voice, loud voice. They dig voices. Bring that in, and it will encourage your child to read along with you for sure. Search for books. This goes into when your child may be older, with a lower reading level. They don't want to read because all of the stuff they can read is not stuff they want to read. Baby books, okay? So search for what's called high interest, low readability books. And Kim Jensen comes into mind. She's written at about a second grade level, but she's a fifth grader. And so an older reader would be more interested in that and be more capable of reading it if they're a struggling reader. I have some things that you can search for. I'll share with you. First, remember, fun, choices, and help. Provide fun, provide the choices, and provide the help when it's needed. Do some Google searches. You can find free read-alouds, books that are movies, children's book series, high interest, low readability books, sometimes called high-low books. If you look for high-low book list, that PDF, that is like a huge list, like a never-ending list of high-low books that you can look up. InnerChildFun.com. The site has so many fun things to do, inside, outside, with your families, okay? Not just reading, but if you do a search there on their site and put read, you will find so many fun reading activities, book tastings, things like that. They actually have a link to what is called Read a Book, Stream It on Netflix, something like that, where they'll give you a list of available books that you can stream. So here's my list of ideas and tips and tricks to help you make it fun, because we all know, says Groucho Marx, and I agree, if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. So keep it fun.